Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Hare Jai Gandharika Giridhari Gandharika Giridhari Gaurari Jai Prabhupada Jai Prabhupada Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Nitai Gaur Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Nitai Gaur Hari Bol Nitai Gaur Hari Bol Hari Bol Pranam Sankirtan ki jai Jagadguru Shri Prabhupada ki jai Hare Krishna. We'll start with Mangalacharan. Today we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam. So we'll do Mangalacharan for Srimad Bhagavatam as well. Okay? So we'll start with our regular Mangalacharan. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jaya Mudiraye नष्टप्रायेष्वभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवति उत्तम श्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकी नंदनाय च नन्दगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः. Hare Krishna. So we'll start with our regular Mangalacharan. We'll sing together. Om Ajnana Timirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupaha Kada Mahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamsha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamsha He Krishna Karuna Sindho Deenabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vancha Kalpatarubhesha Kripa Sindhubheva Cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamin Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashatya Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Mukam karoti vachalam pangum langete Yat kripatamam vande Shri Gurum Dinatarinam Paramananda Madhavam Shri Chaitanya Ishwaram. Hare Krishna. So it is mentioned that with the blessings and the glories of the Guru, mercy of the Guru, one can overcome biggest of the difficulties and it can achieve the biggest of the things. And in this particular shloka it is mentioned that even the blind person can see and the lame person can cross the mountain. You can say, how a lame person can cross the mountain. But yes, that is not an exaggeration when Guru's mercy happens. Guru's kripa happens, the ability that we don't have, that also will be awarded. So in this way, this with the mercy of the Guru, I would like to try to explain something with the mercy of Srila Prabhupada, to try to explain some pastimes here among all of you. Last week we had discussed some pastime, right? What was that? Putanavada, right? And that's all, right? Only Putanavada. So how old Krishna was that time? 3 months. 7 days. 6 days. बोलते हैं ना हिंदी में बोलते हैं छठी का दूध पीते हैं वगैरह वगैरह सब. So it was a छठी का दिन उसका था, मतलब Krishna's 6th day celebration was there, and that time this Putana came, Putana Masi, she came and she did this mischief. Okay. And that time Krishna was just 6 months, and as the first demon that Lord Krishna killed in this pastime. Of course, after that, every now and then many asuras used to come and disturb. But these are not mentioned all, but few of them are mentioned because Shukdev Goswami wanted to complete the Katha as quickly as possible. So in this way, he mentioned few demons there. So now, when Krishna was growing, and every in the Gokul, Krishna was growing, and it was Rohini Nakshatra, and after that, every Rohini Nakshatra, something festival they will be keep doing in Nanda Maharaj palace. So first was after that when child they start growing, initially they are very delicate. Then they start getting strength on the neck, and they will start holding the neck, and then started pushing their hands and legs. Then they start turning, right? They start turning, and that is also a very important festive thing, a moment when they start turning, they start crawling, they start taking support and climbing, standing, and then start walking, and many things like that. Every moment is is observed carefully, to understand that yes, child is growing healthily. Anything is happened delayed, only we have to just see the doctor. So every time Krishna used to do something, Mother Yashoda used to do a festival. Krishna started turning. That time they did a festival. That festival, Mother Yashoda called all the neighboring ladies, and they did big feast there. So these festivals, and these are these festivals very important actually in the child's growth. We call sometimes we call as sanskaras, right? Sanskaras, they start even before the birth of someone. The Garbhadan sanskar and so many different Simanta sanskar, and all the sanskaras will be there. So these sanskaras are important to invite a right child in the home. Pregnancy is not an accidental phenomena that happens. It's a conscious decision of the parents, and for that conscious decision also they have to be very matured, and they have to prepare their thought, and they prepare for the responsibilities which is coming up, and they request that the prayers that has to be to bring a right soul into the family. Like we had an example of Bhakti Vinod Thakur. He did prayed for a great soul to come and to appear and help into this movement of preaching Krishna consciousness. So in this way, all the grahasthas also, they should pray, not for the child who is just simply a good soul, but we should pray that the child who is coming, he should be a great soul. We need great souls in our society. We need great souls. Of course, we are seeing the Kali Yuga is coming up, right? Kali Yuga is coming up, or Kali Yuga started already? You see the Bangalore situation is already started. Actually, it is not, Kali Yuga is not started. This is called as a Yuga Sandhya. Is the merging period of two yugas. Previous is a Treta Yuga, Dwapar Yuga, right? Dwapar Yuga and this Kali Yuga. This is a Yuga Sandhya, 10,000 years. Is a Yuga Sandhya only. 5,000 years past. So actually Kali Yuga is not fully manifest. He is not fully on his own peak. Of course, after this Yuga Sandhya, when actually Kali Yuga will start, that time the symptoms will start. But right now we are seeing the symptoms of Kali Yuga are so dire. And we have to defeat the Kali Yuga. It's not like the Kali Yuga will definitely come, aayega to aayega, ho jayega. No. We have to fight. Do you want to stay in Kali Yuga? Do you want to stay in the situation like Kali Yuga? Definitely not. We want to stay in the peaceful society, right? We have to stay in the peaceful society where we can peacefully develop Krishna consciousness. So then why not preach this Krishna consciousness properly? Yeah, you can announce.
0487.
You will announce.
0487.
So there are some vehicle which is blocking the way. This is a Baleno,
487.
blue color Baleno. Number is 487.
487 and this one.
And 17175. This is Ultros, Tata Ultros. And one more is there. Okay. Hyundai, sorry, Honda 8546. Honda
8546. Honda Elevate.
Elevate, huh?
Honda Elevate.
8546. That to remove the vehicle and put in a proper way. Okay. So this is sanskaras are required. We have to bring the proper soul into the society, so that we can preach this Krishna consciousness, society can become peaceful. So these are the purpose of these sanskaras. We'll remove this and put it again. Okay. So Mother Yashoda was celebrating every moment, every event in Krishna's life with great pomp. She is calling people. And this particular day this was actually almost Krishna started turning, and he was started just turning. He has got some strength in the body now, and that day was a festival. Mother Yashoda was there along with Krishna for a long time, and suddenly one fine moment and Krishna slept off, and Mother Yashoda said, okay, he is sleeping peacefully and there is no movement now, let him keep and let me go for my other works. So she kept him. So Mother Yashoda would never leave Krishna when he is awake. This is the kind of a scene that when a parent should be taking care of their child. Sometimes we see, at least in our center there in Kagdaspur, I find it, not devotee parents but other parents, they always think that, okay, let us put my child into the Bhakta Prahlad school so that I can get my free time in home. They will just drop their kids into this one, and then see, people think that giving sanskara to my child, giving care to my child has to be the job of somebody else. So it's not a job of somebody, it's my job to give sanskara, to give cultivation and give care and love to my child. So Mother Yashoda will never leave child away. See, one time one person came, Prabhuji, मेरा बच्चा बहुत परेशान और शैतान और नटखट हो गया है, थोड़ा डांटिए ना इसको. Imagine, he is calling somebody else and asking their child to be scolded. अरे your child, why don't you scold? तो अपने बच्चों को डिसिप्लिन सिखाना आपका काम होता है. So why you are expecting somebody else to do this? So people are so much they difficulty. Why it is into this. First of all, they are too much into they are completely distracted from the family responsibilities. First, they understand child is actually a burden. Basic things had happened. In the family, the woman thinks that a child is a burden. Understand that the society, that family is going to doom. So the society, that should never be done. Family, parents should always think that children are important responsibility. Sometimes parents, they think that, why only why to have a child? Let us have so much money and let's just earn money and enjoy our life nicely. These days they have come up with one term called DINK. Dual income, no kids. They just want to enjoy the life like that. This is a modern terminology. Of course, all of you don't know. You know all this? DINK's philosophy now. The young generation, they have started coming up. They want to earn a lot, but don't have to have kids at all. And when they realize they want a kid and time is already gone. And this way, people, first of all, they are too much into the money minded and money consciousness. They want to earn money at all the way. Whatever kids they have got, they just want somebody else to give them sanskara, the teachings and learnings. First of all, that is the reason, because they want lots of money. Secondly, they don't want to have kids because extra spending is there, school is there, this and all these things. And because of that, their enjoyment is going to get disturbed. Okay, I will have only one kid, Prabhuji. Why? I cannot, if I have too many kids, then I cannot go to a foreign trip every year. All these things are there. So they think that if I have so many kids, so many expenses will be there, and children are considered to be a liability. Actually, that is not a case. When actually we are three brothers in my family, and whenever we used to go, people used to ask my father, "How many kids you have?" "3 kids." "Oh, you are a rich person, man." So actually, really, kids having many kids is kind of opulence. Of course, that time, of course, parents used to struggle with the expenses and all these things, but they were happy. They were happy. They never complained, "Arey, so much is there." But yes, having so many kids is a opulence, and that's how. And taking care of them, giving them proper sanskaras, is a real is our first responsibility. So parents, they don't want to do it because of the money. Parents, they want to outsource this responsibility to somebody else because अरे मेरे बच्चों को संस्कार लगाना है तो मुझे भी I have to show myself as an example, right? I have so many bad habits. So how can I tell my child to have a good habits? I love to watch reels and reels and reels and reels and reels, and I want my child to stay away from the mobile. How is it possible? So I myself is having so many difficulties, how many anarthas. How can I see my child will have a good thing? That's why we want somebody else to teach my child. So that is one big challenge is there. So this is very important to lesson to learn from Mother Yashoda. She never gave away her son to somebody else. He always personally took care of him. Always personally took care of him. Whenever there is there used to be a milk churning thing, Mother Yashoda used to personally churn the milk and boil the butter, boil the milk and make it for the Krishna. She never give this for the servants. Okay, servant bana ke leke aao. No, her personal own hands she used to make and give. Because the love that mother can put into that preparation, servants cannot put. Even that is maybe nutritious and all these things, but that doesn't have love. The child who has got lots of love in his childhood, person who has got lots of love from his mother from his childhood, he is definitely going to be a better person and a very merciful person in this adulthood. So that's how we see. The person who has got lots of love and care from his mother, he can be a nice preacher, nice citizen, a nice cultured person. The people who don't get, so they also whole life they will be keep on cribbing. Sometimes we have some unfortunate children who don't get shelter of their parents. Their childhood itself, the parents will send their child to somewhere else and all these things. So their adulthood, when they grow up, they also have lots of lacking in their hearts. So it's very important to give a lot of love to your child when they are so young. And finally, this is our responsibility also. So Mother Yashoda, she kept her child there. He was completely deep sleep. And as soon as Mother Yashoda went off, Krishna woke up and started pushing his legs. Why? Because he was kept under one particular place called as a cart. Cart, Cart was kept, and the cart was fully loaded with the vessels and all these things. And there, that cart, he was just near to his wheel, and he was started pushing his legs. And his leg touched the wheel of the cart, and cart broke down. Dham. And all the vessels scattered here and there. Arey, where is the sound is coming? And they saw there's a cart which is broken, and kids who were playing around, they says, no, Lala was just sitting there. He was throwing his leg, and his leg touched the wheel and wheel broke. Arey, how is it possible? A small child throwing his leg and cart wheel can broke. Actually, Krishna, they didn't understand that this boy who is there in their home is not is not an ordinary child. We think that of course after that they saw that cart was broken, and so big Pelwan Gwalas, they came and they put that cart into proper shape and send it away. But to throw that cart or throw that wheel, Krishna doesn't need to have lots of muscles and all these things. Many times people think, we have a new kind of TV serials and movies, they come and they show Krishna as a person with lots of muscles and all these things. But actually Krishna was not like that. Krishna was a tender young boy. When Krishna did Ras Leela, You saw that Colors movie kind of serial. Krishna was Raslila and he's a big grown man with a shaven beard and all these things. He was shaven beard that we see that. But actually Krishna was not that old. How old was Krishna that time? 12 years old, let's say. 11, 12 years old, that's all. Krishna was that much. And 11, 12-year-old boy, how many muscles will have? Will have a mustache and all these things? No hormonal growth, nothing. He's a young, tender boy. That is what Krishna has to be shown. Krishna doesn't need muscles to kill the demon. Not even Lord Ram. Sometimes they show Lord Ram as a macho man and all these things. Lord Ram also is not like that. He also is a tender man. Yeah? And even you see, when Lord Ram broke in the Shiva Dhanusha, how old he was? He was a very muscled, stout person. 12 years boy. 12, 14 years boy, that's all. Lord Ram. Many times Lord Shiva also is portrayed as a person with lots of abs and all these things. Lord Shiva is like that. In the Shastras, the description of Lord Shiva is also like that. It's a very gentle bodied person. His body is like a lotus, soft bodied person. Lord Shiva also is not like kind of a macho man kind of thing. He's also a very soft person. So the description of this our gods into the TV serials is completely false. So Krishna here, he broke this Shakata. Shakatasura, it was actually a demon who came in the form of Shakata. And you may say, Prabhuji, this is a demon who has come in the form of Shakata. Shakata means the what is that? Cart is a dead thing. Sometimes we have seen the demons which is coming in the Vatsasura, Aghasura. Vatsasura is a calf. Aghasura is a snake. They're living animals, right? Demons, they appear into different forms, right? But many times these demons, they have taken the form which is, living beings. But Shakatasura was so dumb and so fool that he took a form of a cart. He was understanding, becoming a cart, I cannot kill anybody. He was a so dumb person. And Shakatasura also signifies the dumbness in our life. There is a book called Krishna Samhita by Bhaktivinoda Thakur. He has equated all the asuras with the different anarthas. So Shakatasura also is explained as our unnecessary loads that we have. In our life, we have unnecessary burdens that we are taking. Unnecessary burden of so many things which we don't really need for a progress in spiritual life. You can give some examples. Achyuta Prabhu is calling you for the Sunday feast program and you say, Prabhuji, I have to do so much work in the home, jhadu marna hai, pocha marna hai, this and that, so many things are there. I have to clean is, purchase karna hai, marketing karna hai. These are all unnecessary. We can do these things somebody else, somewhere else. We can outsource this thing also. But our spiritual nourishment we cannot outsource, right? So these are unnecessary burdens that we have taken in our life. Unnecessarily, we are getting into some different activities which really we don't need. In the office, I have taken the responsibility of a cultural executive, Prabhuji, and for that Saturday, Sunday, I have to be into that. Unnecessary activities, isn't it? Unnecessarily, so many things we have started just putting in on our own. We have unnecessary burden of so many different things which we call as materialistic scholarships. So these are also kind of unnecessary burdens that we have taken, but which are not useful for our spiritual growth. And then finally we get another demon in this Krishna Leela, which is Trinavrata. Trinavrata is a demon which is Trinavrata. What does it mean? Trina means the grass. Varta means the twister. So the person, the demon which takes the Trina and makes it the whirlpool kind of thing. So this Trinavrata is that person. What is this? Okay, I am not saying anything here. Okay. So Trinavrata is that one. And Trinavrata, I will restart the computer. I will restart the computer. My screen got blank. Okay. So Trinavrata is this the demon which is which signifies one important anartha in our life is the unnecessarily scholarship and proud of unnecessary scholarship that we get. Mostly they talk about so many, after reading so many scriptures, so many shastras which are not related to bhakti, and we get so many we get so much pride feeling in our heart. That is signified by that pride is signified by Trinavrata. We get puffed up because of the philosophy of Buddhism that Bhaktivinoda Thakur mentions is a philosophy of Buddhism and Mayavad and all these things. All those concepts that we get in our heart, these are called these are anarthas. Pride feeling because of that is signified by Trinavrata. So what happened after this all this ceremony that Shakadaswara was killed and all? One day, Mother Yashoda was spending nice time with Krishna. And that time, of course, Mother Yashoda was feeding him, playing with him, and all these so many things are happening. Sometimes parents do like that with their kids. They will just throw it to the air and catch him and all these things. So that kind of activity was happening. And Krishna was happy, feeling so nice. Arey, my mother is throwing me away up in the sky. I am just flying. Okay, let me fly more and more. And he was laughing and laughing so that his mother will throw him much, much higher. But there is a limitation. Mother cannot throw his child so high and all these things. Risk. So, but she said, no, this is enough. But Krishna wanted to fly. So he arranged one leela of he summoned this demon called Trinavrata. What happened that day? We see एकदा रोहम आरूढ़म लालयंती सुतम सती गरिमानम शिशोरवोडुम न सेहे गिरिकूटवत. One day after Krishna's appearance, Mother Yashoda was patting her son on the lap, but suddenly she felt a child be heavier than a mountain peak, and she could no longer bear his weight. So Krishna wanted to fly high, and he has called this demon Trinavrata. But difficulty was that this Trinavrata is coming, and Kamsa has sent him. Kamsa has sent this Trinavrata to kill this demon. What happened? A few days back, Putana was killed. Kamsa has already sent these demons all over the places to kill all the children who were born just previous days. And Putana has taken the special in charge of that. And suddenly they got a news that Putana was killed, but they don't know who killed him. And they started sending one demons there. And they found that Shakadaswara has got killed. And there's another demon they came. Actually, there is one more Balabhadra Vidya Bhatt something was there, a demon who came as a Pandit. So that also was killed. And they understood that there is somebody called Krishna there. He is supposed to be Krishna, Kamsa's, the person who is going to kill Kamsa. So we have to kill this baby, somehow or other. Then they started pointed attack here. And the Trinavrata knew that this boy called Krishna is there, I have to kill him. And he started coming. And Krishna didn't wanted his mother to be hurt because of this demon's attack. So he wanted to send his mother away. So immediately he started becoming heavier and heavier and heavy. And Mother Yashoda was thinking, just now I was throwing my child in the air and all these things, and now suddenly he started becoming heavy. Maybe I am so much tired, and maybe I have lost my energy now. Let me take a rest now. Let me keep this baby down. So she keeps Krishna down and goes away. As soon as and Krishna also like small humble child. He just sits there, peacefully and all these things. Doesn't do any nakhra there. If Krishna, as soon as he started running here and there, Mother Yashoda will not go. So he stayed there peacefully, silently till Mother Yashoda is there. Mother Yashoda kept him and went off her for work. And then what happened? Bhumo nidhaya tam gopi vismita bhar pidita mahapurusham adhyagdo jagatamasu karmasu. And then she start going for her work, feeling the child to be as heavy as the entire universe, therefore being anxious and thinking that perhaps the child was being attacked by some other ghost or demon. Astonished Mother Yashoda put the child down on the ground and began to think, Narayana. Forcing the disturbance, she called for the Brahmanas and to counteract his heaviness. And then she engaged in her other household affairs. She had no alternative than to remember lotus feet of Narayana. For she could not understand that Krishna was the original source of everything. So same Krishna, same Narayana, whom she was calling, oh Narayana, please protect my child, the same Narayana has come in her home. She was not knowing that. And immediately whenever there is a problem, she used to call Narayana. Actually Mother Yashoda was so confused, अरे how this baby has become so heavy? ऐसा लग रहा है जैसे पूरी दुनिया का भार इसने ले लिया है. Of course, Krishna will answer her this question, why my child has become so heavy in future Leelas. But yes, he became so heavy, Mother Yashoda kept him down. Daityo namna Trinavrata Hansabhrityo pranodita Chakravata Sarupena Jaharasina Arbhakam. While the child was sitting on the ground, the demon named Trinavrata, who was servant of Krishna, Kamsa's, came there as a whirlwind at Kamsa's instigation and very easily carried the child away in the air. So this Trinavrata, Krishna knew that Trinavrata is coming. So that's why he became heavy and sent his mother away. And he became so heavy and then immediately he became lightweight also. Just now few moments back he was very heavy and now Trinavrata is coming, he became very light. And then what happened? Gokulam sarvam avranan mushnam shushni renubihi iryan sumahar goha shabdena pradisho disha. What happened after Trinavrata came? Trinavrata was not kind of a silent person, he was a whirlwind. Wherever he will go, he will make lots of noise, lots of sound and lots of air will be roaming around there, covering the whole land of Gokula with particles of dust. That demon, acting as a strong whirlwind, covered everyone's vision and began vibrating everywhere with a greatly fearful sound. So he came there and he blinded everybody. And particular word that is being used here, what is they saying? He blinded everybody with Rajasa Tamasa Vritam. He blinded because when whirlwind comes, lots of dust particles will come out and lots of so many things will start roaming around and everything started banging. The cloud, our roof will start banging, our gates will start banging, vessel will start banging, everything will, and so many noise will happen. And then what happens? Muhurtam avadhoshtam rajasa tamasavritam sutam yashoda na pashyat tasmin navastati yata. So what happens? This Aghasura, he started blowing this Raja and Tama. Raja means mode of passion, Tama means mode of ignorance. But here the meaning is different. Rajasa and Tamasa. Rajasa means the dusted and Tamasa means the darkness. Because he came, Trinavrata came, every whole direction started becoming darker. It's almost like it's kind of a andhakar. It became everything dark like in the night. And everybody's eyes became blinded with this dust. That's why it is mentioned as a Rajasa Tamasa Vritam. Because of this dust and this darkness, everything became blind. For the moment, whole pasturing ground, what pasturing ground? The pasturing ground of Gokula was overcast with the dense darkness of the dust storm, and Mother Yashoda was unable to find her son there that she has placed him. So everything, because the dust was coming up and things were roaming, things were flying in here and there, Mother Yashoda went to take care of things. These cows are disturbed and all these things. And she went. She kept her child somewhere and everything was blinded and she came behind. Where is my child? Where is my child? Of course, she was not able to see. She was not able to see because everything was dark. Just by touch and everything, she was trying to find out where is my child, but where she kept the child, the child was not there. It is mentioned, this is the Trinavrata, the demon Trinavrata is a kind of a person who is who indicates the pride, false pride of scholarship. So this false pride of scholarship comes with the Raja and Tama. Of course, when you say this Raja is a mode of passion and Tama is a mode of ignorance, that is what he signifies, that's what he indicates. Raja and Tama. Because of Raja Tama, we become falsely proud of our possessions. We have seen in Bhagavad Gita, chapter 16, where demoniac tendencies, where Krishna mentions, their demoniac tendencies, they start thinking that everything is roaming around me. Self-centric people, they think that everything is happening just because of me. It's everything is happening for me only. Because if I am not there, things will not work. If I am not there, this company will not work. If I am not there, the family will not stay good. If I am not there, there will be all dust, everything will go messy. If I am coming to the center and I am serving in the center, that center is running so smoothly, Prabhuji. If I am not there, center will not run smoothly. So we have those false prides. So this, the self-centric activities, attitude is Raja and Tama. And because of this Raja and Tama, we became go away from Krishna, and Krishna is lost. And the same thing happened. When everything was blinded and all this, when Mother Yashoda started coming to see where is Krishna, she was not able to see him there. Where Krishna was? Krishna was enjoying the ride of Trinavrata. Because Napashat Kashanatmanam Param Chapi Vimohita Trinavrata Nishrushtabhi Sharkara Bhirupatadruta. Because of the bits of the sand thrown about by Trinavrata, people could not see themselves or anyone else, and thus they were illusioned and disturbed. So everybody was disturbed, and Mother Yashoda was shouting and calling, "Arey, tumne dekha kya Lala ko kahan rakha hai?" And all the gopis around there, they got confused and they started panicking. Arey, where is Krishna? Where is Krishna? They are not able to see where is Krishna. And everybody started panicking. And there is not just simply dust particle which is roaming around and getting blown. Even now stones were getting blown. Imagine stones are getting blown, then everything around is so dusty. And everybody was disturbed. They were thinking, the stones are flying into the sky, what about a small child? And they all got disturbed. And Krishna actually was having the joyride on the back of this Trinavrata. Because of the dust storm, stirred up by the strong whirlwind, Mother Yashoda could find no trace of her son, nor could she understand why. Thus she fell down on the ground like a cow who has lost her calf and began to lament very pitifully. So Mother Yashoda was thinking and shouting, "Arey, where is my Lala? Please find my Lala, please find my child." And all the gopis were going around and trying to search the baby. And suddenly, all the gopis were literally searching, where is Krishna? And suddenly one gopi says, "Arey, why you will find your son on this ground?" Maybe she was thinking that my son would have gone to that room and this room and that room. But actually everything was so windy and blowing. The door was also not able to open. And how child will go into the room? He was sitting in the courtyard there, but they were not able to find him there. He would have gone behind that place and behind that place. They are searching here and there. Suddenly one gopi says, "अरे, इतना सब उड़ रहा है, आपके फूल जैसे बच्चे को तो नहीं उड़ा ले गया ये तृणावर्त, मतलब ये आंधी तूफान?" And just simply hearing that speculation, Mother Yashoda lost her heart. And it was right, everything was seeing, blowing flying into the air, and Mother Yashoda got so much tense. Arey, my Lala would have been blown away. Just even though I was feeling that boy is so heavy, but he was delicate like a flower. He would have been taken away by this whirlwind. And just by imagining that situation, the small child would have been taken by the wind upstairs, up into the sky, and where he will come? When something which goes up and comes down very heavily, how that jerk, that impact that child will suffer. And just imagining all these things, things, Mother Yashoda, her heart was broken. And then she started crying pitifully, just simply imagining the things which is going to happen. And she was crying like a cow who has lost her calf. Cows generally also show the same emotions that humans also show. You have a Goshala, you will be able to see that thing. And a cow has suddenly cow gives a birth to a calf, and how much affectionate she will be, and like a mother is affectionate to her baby, like that cows also show some affection. So generally cow doesn't give milk to anybody. Anybody comes, as soon as you bring the calf in front of her, then only she will give the milk. Otherwise milk will not come. Of course, Jersey cows, they give milk 24 hours. There is no thing. But actually, our natural Indian cows, indigenous cows, they are so emotional. Only when their calf is in front of them, that time only they will give the milk. Otherwise, they will not give the milk. So many times mother's love is compared to the love of the cow. So it's actually similar emotions that cows also gives and shows. And similarly, we call the cows as our mother, because the milk that cow gives is the transformation of her love for her calf, and that's why that milk is nutritious. Maybe other milk may not be nutritious and all these things, but definitely this cow's milk is nutritious because it is her love for her calf. So in this way, she fell down on the earth like a cow. Suditam anunishamya tatra gopyo vrusham anutapta dhiyo ashrupurna mukhya rurudara upalabhya nandasunam pavana uparata pamshu varshavege. When the force of the dust storm and the wind subsided, Mother Yashoda's friends and other gopis approached Mother Yashoda, hearing her pitiful crying. Not seeing Krishna present, they too felt much aggrieved and joined Mother Yashoda in crying, their eyes full of tears. So when, of course, this whirlwind took Krishna and he started flying and flying and flying higher and higher. It is mentioned that he has gone till the heights of the Swarga Loka, and there he took Krishna there. And because he has gone so far away, all the chaos that was happening in the Gokula subsided, and then everybody was able to see things clearly and all this, but they were not able to see Krishna there. And Mother Yashoda was crying and crying, and other gopis also came and they also started crying with Mother Yashoda. Imagine, such a kind of a big calamity has occurred, and what we would have done? Sometimes our project fails. Sometimes our responsibility has given. Imagine in Janmashtami, a particular stall is completely failure, all chaos and all these things. What we'll do? Teri wajah se wali. Teri wajah se, because of you did it. Because you didn't, you are responsible. We started finding a scapegoat for that particular unwanted thing that happened. And the family also do all these things, right? Arey, bachcha exam mein fail ho gaya. Husband will say, hey, because of you. Wife will say, no, because of you, you're not looking after the kid. And a husband and wife, they start blaming her, because of you, this child has spoiled and all these things. They start finding a scapegoat for the failure. But here what happens? Here exactly opposite happens. They're not telling Mother Yashoda, अरे कैसी माँ है तू, अपने बच्चे को ऐसे छोड़ दिया, ये वगैरह. They are not calling all these things to Mother Yashoda. They are participating. They're showing empathy. Not just showing empathy. They are feeling the same pain that Mother Yashoda is feeling for the loss of Krishna. They are also crying along with Krishna. Nobody is scolding Mother Yashoda. Of course, in some places it is mentioned that Mother Yashoda is being scolded. But yes, they are also feeling the same pain. And all the gopis, this is the feeling of Gokula. This is the feeling of Vrindavana. Nobody blames others. Teri wajah se hoya hai. So in the devotee family also, when a Janmashtami is happening, after Janmashtami and all these things, we should be doing the analysis of the programs and events and all these things, but there should not be a blame game. Okay, because of you, the prasadam serving was not happening good. Because of you, cooking didn't happen properly. Because of you, registration didn't happen. No, scapegoating should not happen. But yes, of course, the area of improvement, all these things can be discussed, but not finding faults others. And then this is actually the mood of Vrindavan. This is the mood of a devotee community actually. Trinavrata Shantarayo Vatya Rupa Dharoharan Krishnam Nabho Gato Gantum Na Shakno Duri Bharabhrut. What happens? Having assumed the form of the forceful whirlwind, the demon Trinavrata took Krishna very high in the sky, but when Krishna became heavier than the demon had to stop his force and could not go further. Trinavrata Shantarayo Vatya Rupa. And then Krishna had a nice joy ride there around, and when he saw that Mother Yashoda is crying, when he saw that all the gopis are crying and they are in the pain, he didn't wanted to continue his joy ride for a long time. He wanted to come back now. But this Trinavrata had different plans. Trinavrata is thinking, okay, I have got Kamsa's enemy now, let me take him to Kamsa, to Mathura, and I will put him there and Kamsa will take care of him nicely. He was thinking that he was taking him to Mathura, but Krishna didn't want to go to Mathura. And this person, Trinavrata was thinking, I am taking this child in the air, but actually this child was actually riding him, and it is like that the child was the one who was directing him where to go. And till now, this child who was very very like a feather, he started becoming a heavier and heavier and heavier. And he started thinking, why this boy is becoming heavy? And it's heavy like mountain. Tashmanam manyamana atmano gurumattaya gale grihitam ustramashtum nashaknod bhutar bhakam. Because Krishna's weight, Trinavrata considered him to be like a great mountain hanging on his head, the great mountain or the hunk of iron. Because of the Krishna had caught the demon's neck, the demon was unable to throw him off. He therefore thought the child was as a wonderful, since he could neither bear the child nor cast aside the burden. This demon was thinking, this boy is becoming heavier and heavier. This child is not a normal child, is a Adbhuta child. This child is kind of wonderful. Of course, wonderfully we speak into the positive manner, but saying in Adbhuta, this is Bhayankar. The child is kind of terrible. He is becoming heavier and heavier. And you say, whenever some child is there, he catches you. Sometimes small children, they will catch you, they will not leave. I will get, arey bhai, kya pakade baitha hai? Then you just give a small jerk and child will leave, because child will not have that much strength to hold. But this child was Adbhuta child. He was becoming heavier and heavier and heavier and caught in the neck. And this child this Trinavrata started giving lots of jerks here and there, but this child was not leaving because his hold was very tight. And then Galagrahana Nishchesto Daityo Nirgatalochana Avyaktaravo Nepatad Sahabalo Vyasur Vyaje. And this child has caught hold of his neck. With Krishna grasping him with the throat, Trinavrata choked. His breath stopped, unable to make even a sound or even a move. His hands and legs, his eyes popping out. The demon lost his life and fell along with a little boy down to the ground of Vraja. Where the Trinavrata was killed? On the ground? No, he was killed in the air. In the air itself, he lost his life. Because Krishna held his neck and he was not able to move his body, he was not able to even make a sound. Because few days back when Putana came, Putana also was like a khechari. Krishna killing to her Putana's body when Putana was crying and shouting, "Arey, leave me!" And she was crying and crying, and she exposed her big, huge mountainous form, and she started running and flying into the air. And finally, when her life was sucked out, she also fell down. Her body was how long? 12 miles. 12 miles long. How much the distance from Vrindavan to Govardhan? कितना किलोमीटर है? 20 kilometers. This much big. And she fell down and she made a huge sound, and this much big body she was there, and and because of her she fell down. There is many things under her body were smashed. It's mentioned one place ki there was a Kamsa's garden where she fell down, that was smashed completely. And Krishna didn't wanted this to happen. And Krishna didn't wanted to take Krishna didn't wanted this Gokulvasi to get scared because of her voice and all his voice. So he caught his neck. He could not make any sound and at all. Nobody knew that this demon has died. Simply when this demon came down on the ground and just fell onto the ground on the big ashma, which is that there was a big boulder in front of the Nanda Maharaj courtyard. There he fell and made a big sound, and of course he was already dead there. So of course, and then the little boy down to the ground of Vajayana, he came along with the small child. Tamanta rikshat patitam shilayam vishirna sarva vayam karalam puram yatha rudra sharena viddam sriyo rudyatayo dushitu sameta. And where he came exactly in front of the Nanda Maharaj courtyard. Why he came there? Krishna didn't wanted the mother and other gopis to get troubled. Where is Krishna? He is roaming around all the places and all this. There's so much trouble he didn't want to give. He just came there where he has lived. He wanted to show Mother Sudha, Maya, आपने तो मुझे यहीं पे छोड़ा था. I came back here only, back again. While the gopis who had gathered were crying for Krishna, the demon fell from the sky on the big slab stone. His limb dislocated, and if he had been pierced by the arrows of Lord Shiva like a Tripurasura. So, Tripurasura story you may be knowing. Tripurasura was a demon who had a big boon from Brahmaji. He has created three flying cities. And these flying cities also were such a mysterious. They will be sometimes visible, sometimes invisible kind of thing. And he was taken a boon that anybody who pierces these three cities at one shot, then only this person will be killed. And he has created a big army. And then Lord Shiva somehow he pierced all these three cities in one arrow at all. And this demon was killed. So that was a big heroic of Lord Shiva is mentioned here. Like Lord Shiva pierced all these three cities of Tripurasura. Like that, this demon's body was shattered when he fell on the ground. Pramadaya matre pratirutya vismita Krishnam cha tasyorasi lamba manam tam swasti mantam purushadanitam vihayasa mrityu mukhat prayuktam gopesya gopa kilananda mukhya ladha puna prapurativa modam. The gopis immediately picked up Krishna from the chest of the demon and delivered him, free from inauspiciousness, to Mother Yashoda. Because the child, although taken into the sky by the demon, was unhurt. Now, free from the danger and misfortune, gopis and the cowherd men, headed by Nanda Maharaj, were extremely happy. So this demon fell flat. He just fell flat from the sky, and his body was dislocated and pierced from here and there. And people started feeling much relief. Yes, we got our kid back. And kid also was happy. Don't worry, I'm not doing anything. It's also this demon. Krishna had a joy ride on this demon's body and came down safely on the earth. And this demon and these gopis picked him up immediately. And the life of Vrindavana came back. Aho bata adbhutamesha rakshasa Balo nivrutim gati gamito abhyutatputa. Himstra swapapena vimhisita khala sadhu samatvena bhayat vimuchyate. And this Gopas are talking with each other. They are telling, it is most astonishing that although the innocent child was taken away by Rakshasa to be eaten, he has returned without having been killed, even injured, because this demon was envious and cruel and sinful. He has been killed for his own sinful activities. This is the law of nature. And innocent devotee is always protected by supreme authority of Godhead, and a sinful person is always vanquished for his sinful life. So even though Krishna has done this big heroic of killing this demon, nobody is giving credit to Krishna at all. They are telling, "Arey, this demon is sinful. This demon himself is, himstra swapapena, because he wanted to take this child away and kill him and eat him, and this is a sinful thought, and because of this sinful thought, he himself got killed as a laws of nature." Somebody does something bad is definitely going to come back to him. That's why somebody slaps you, you need to slap him back for the revenge. No, not at all. Why? He is ultimately going to get slapped by the laws of nature. Somebody does something bad to you, you don't need to work hard to give him a punishment. Of course, whatever legal action you can take it, but no need to work hard for that. Revenge action is not required, because anyway he is destined to get a bad thing for him. So in this way, they are telling you, this is the laws of nature. Somebody does a bad, he will get bad. So this demon is killed by his own sins, his own papa. So papena vimhisita khala balo nivrutim gatim. And what is that? This boy, he has nivrutim. Nivrutim means he has just he was just touched the death. Now, of course, they didn't speak about the death and all these things, because it is inauspicious to talk about death when there's something calamity happens. This is a culture that we understand. They just tell that ki balo nivrutim gatim, ki this boy was about to get his end. That's what they say. They didn't say he was going to die and all this, because it is not right. We understand the culture here. How we should speak. We should not speak inauspiciousness when something bad happens. So how we should have some small etiquette when something bad happens. Bhagavatam teaches us all these things. How to speak, how to it speaks about our culture very nicely. How to speak and how to behave and all these things. So that's why study of Bhagavatam is very, very important to bring back our culture, to understand, realize our culture. And many times Western people will not understand this. When Indian people immediately understand कि हाँ okay अभी तो ये खत्म ही होने वाला था. We say like this, but we don't say that he is going to die. Talking about it is inauspicious. So we say that that sort of our culture is there, we have understood, but Western people, they don't understand. So if we understand this, you read this Bhagavatam very, very carefully and clearly, we understand what the etiquette and culture is. And yes, in this purport also mentions that whenever there is an inauspiciousness and whenever there is wrong thing is happening, this can be relieved just by reading and hearing Krishna Katha. Whenever there is a wrong thing and whenever there is inauspiciousness comes, just by reading Krishna Katha, we can overcome all this inauspiciousness or bad things in our life also. So kim nasta paschirna madhokshajarchanam pushte datta muta bhuta saurudam yad samparet punareva balako dishtya svabandhun pranayannupasthita. Nanda Maharaja and the others said, we must previously have performed austerities for a very long time, worship Supreme Personality of Godhead, performed past activities for public life, constructing the public roads and vales and others, also given a charity. As a result of which this boy, although faced with death, has returned to give happiness to his relatives. They're telling, because we have done some lots of good activities and punya in our life, we got our child back. And that's how these devotees, they started reliving. And this child was brought back to Mother Yashoda, and Mother Yashoda was scared, of course, and he was worried. She was worried if the child is safe or not. And immediately she started feeding milk to this child. You know, the important test that child is healthy or not is that whether he is drinking milk properly or not. As soon as they brought this child to Mother Yashoda, he started drinking milk very enthusiastically, and they thought, yeah, boy is very, very healthy. And finally, when the boy was sufficiently satisfied with the drinking the milk, and he was now, after playing so much and after doing so many hard work here and there, killing the demon and having a joyride all around the universe, and he went there just to give darshan to all the devatas and demigods there in this Varga. And after coming back, he was tired and he wanted to sleep now. The small baby, he yawned. And when he yawned, Mother Yashoda saw the whole universe in his mouth. And Mother Yashoda's head started reeling. Arey, what is this I am seeing here? I am seeing whole universe in his mouth. Maybe some ghost has attacked. And then immediately she went to the Brahmanas and started this Swasti Vachana. And this is how this killing of Trinavrata concludes. And began to throw up an astonishment that she wanted to close her restless eyes, and she closed her eyes. Yeah, this is all. So this is how the story of Trinavrata unfolds, and it is mentioned that anyone who hears this pastime of Trinavrata and pastimes of all Krishna's pastimes and leelas, we get relieved from our bad karmas, our hearts get purified, our heart arati, or what is that, the dirt in our heart will get cleaned. Whereas we hear Krishna's pastimes and all, and we start thinking, what should be the mood for us to hear the pastimes of Krishna. We should be hearing these pastimes of Krishna with so much absorption to have the remembrance of Krishna all the time. But many times what we do, when we hear Krishna's pastime, we bring our material contamination here while hearing Krishna's pastime. Sometimes we see Radha and Krishna doing the pastimes and something. We remember, okay, hero and heroine, and we started thinking, whatever pastimes we see on the TV, right? The color TV and all these things. When Radha Krishna does pastime and all these things, we started thinking they are like, hero, heroine doing some romantic pastimes there. And many times when hero, heroine does romantic pastime, we start putting ourselves into that place. Okay, I am the hero and she is the heroine and our dream girl and all these things. So here what happens, seeing Krishna's pastimes, because we are putting our materialistic thoughts into the seeing Krishna's pastimes, seeing Krishna, our anarthas, they pop up. But our mood while hearing Krishna's pastimes should be such a way that by seeing anything material, our remembrance to Krishna has to invoked. Many times parents, they see Krishna's pastimes, Bal Leela, and they remember their kid. Instead, we should happen like that, seeing our kid, we should remember Krishna. This is the right mood. So this is like, getting entry into Krishna's life, getting entry into the Krishna's family, not bringing Krishna into our family. Two different thought processes are there. Bringing Krishna's family or entering into Krishna's family. There are two different scenarios that we have to see. We have to think, we have to always, everything in our life, it should remind us about Krishna. Not Krishna's stories and pastimes should remind us about our materialistic lifestyle. So our absorption should be into Krishna's pastimes and into our materialistic pastimes. So this is the purpose of our all this process, and where we read Srimad Bhagavatam Pratidin, and we are having a Krishna Ratri series happening every day evening, so that we can remember, we can create our mood, so that we can remember Krishna in the right attitude. So let us pray to Lord Krishna, let us pray to Srila Prabhupada that we can achieve that mood in our life. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Grantharaj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Sorry, I extended a lot.